A musical episode indeed. Hello, everyone on the internet. How are we?
Hello! Welcome to the cult of the Fake Geek Girls!
Sup? We are alive. We're here. We're doing stuff. Yeah.
We're here, we're queer, and we're
We're
ready to go.
yep. We're here. We're queer.
And
We might be
incredibly sincere.
we might be steers. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Here!
Hey.
Doozly. So you're catching us for an episode of Willy Campaign. So every Friday or Saturday, depending on everyone's crazy schedule with the pandemic, we go through and we have an ongoing D&D campaign where I, Morgan, DM, and these two lovely humans are the players. So very nice if everyone wants to introduce themselves.
Names or characters, because that's different.
Both.
Okay, so I'm Deborah, Deb, as most, if not, call me, because no one under 40 is named Deborah, so that I don't technically exist. And my character is Odd. I will eventually have a photo of him so you can see what he looks like, but Odd is my character. He's an interesting young man.
And
Hi. Hi. I'm Miranda. I am playing Lark, who is an artificer and started some forest fires last game.
I'll try to, yeah. But luckily I had mage hand, so we were ready.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count as tried to if the intent to start a fire wasn't there. It's an accident.
Did you try to not set the forest on fire?
I did. It failed.
It failed miserably. Yeah. Good stuff, that. I have so many tabs up. My lord. I feel like one of those hackers in 90s movies.
God, do you remember that movie Hackers with Angelina Jolie?
Oh, yeah.
I totally had a crush on her. Also had a crush on the main dude. And I'm like, I think that tells a lot.
Yeah, that says a lot about you personally. That's fine.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, I vaguely remember it. We should watch it.
We should watch one of these. It's peak 90s bullshit. Like, they go into phone booths and they start putting in numbers. Like, they have a pre-recorded, like, number code to, like, get into the computer system. It's a whole thing. It's very 90s.
I love it.
The most 90s possible. It's like what 90s thought the future was going to be like, and they were very wrong.
God, I wish everyone was wearing trip pants. I miss trip pants, honestly, as you can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
Anyways, so you guys aren't too late on everything. We're only in session 3. Let's give a little rundown of everything that went over. So last episode, if you did not catch us, we had our 2 adventurers, Odd and Lark. They're journeying to the far reaches of the kingdom of Trivelin. There's been some weird whisperings that in this village, people have been going missing. First it was individuals, now it's whole families. So the rebellion has kind of asked them to go out there, figure out what's going on, and try to stop this from happening. So they're journeying on their way right now. Last time they got a little caught up first with some wind that was whispering. Does anyone remember what the wind was whispering?
Well, Miranda was talking to the wind, so.
It said look for Abdimi.
There we go. So told to talk to Avdimi, and it seemed like possibly Talos was the one sending this message, so that's always fun. And then they were attacked by 3 bandits that almost murdered Odd, and then Lark started unsuccessfully 2 forest fires.
And also killed both of them.
I'm glad you like the goth rockabilly look.
Yeah.
But yes, anything else that I missed that you guys want to make sure we mention?
We had a weird bonding moment, question mark, I guess? Because she was shell-shocked, traumatized, and I'm like, it gets better. Here's alcohol.
She's 21, it's fine.
You know, like a dad would, you know? It's like, it's okay, kid.
My dad's never tried to comfort me with alcohol.
Oh.
He was like, there.
Yeah.
If my father walked up to me with booze and be like, started crying about it, want to drink about it, I'd be like, maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't want to trauma bond with you, Dad, while out with alcohol.
Exactly. But anything else before we jump into it, guys?
Yeah.
Are you feeling ready?
We are. I'm still not recovered, so that's been a thing.
Nope, I think you only did a short rest, didn't you?
Yep. Only a short rest, so I'm still not recovered. But we will
Okay.
hopefully recover as we go on. Maybe I'll nap on my horse or something.
Okay, so I learned cure wounds after taking my rest.
I would say you guys also still have the rest of the journey to Hagen to go through.
Yeah.
You guys, it's almost a day's journey, so that's more than enough time to kind of rest on your horse if you would like.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to take a nap on my horse.
All right. Well, let's see. So you guys awaken at your camp. Lark, it's more so that you awaken after you kind of went back to sleep after all the craziness of the day. Odd was kind enough to stay up and kind of keep guard over you guys just to make sure there were no other. Do you guys post gameplay? Yes, we do, I believe. I think we have everything downloaded to be posted. I just don't know if.
Yeah, okay. So so technically our session 0 was last week. That one is still up on our Twitch, and then it is also downloaded and will eventually make its way onto YouTube.
Okay, there we go. But so where was I? So Odd, you were kind enough to stay up and make sure no other bandits were gonna come over and try to touch your guys' butts after everything that was going on.
Yeah.
So you waken at your campsite. You're still about a day's journey away from the town of Hagen. You're going to still be riding through these same woods. You guys do have 3 unburied corpses not too far away from you. What would you like to do?
I do technically have Eldritch Blast, so I could just set them on fire and just...
Or we just get on some horses and pretend none of it ever happened.
I mean, that's true. It's not like they have DNA evidence, so we can fuck off.
Oh my god! We're not gonna get dragged down by ye old CSI.
Ye old CSI. Oh, ye old Gibbs, you damn bastard! I was looking for you. Okay, we're done. We're done. I'm going to how good is my deception? Can I just like cover them with leaves and just like
Burying them is
wait.
an option.
I have a very high nature roll. Can I make it look like they got attacked by animals?
We're
Roll
putting a
for it.
lot of work into bodies
Roll
that
for it?
probably won't be found.
Go for it.
All right, I'll roll for
You
it.
guys were literally staying on like just a little ways off the main road that everyone takes.
Yeah, no, it would not take very much to find these bodies. We weren't very subtle.
How many travelers were going on this road that, not many people travel?
Oh, okay. So, plus my 7 in nature, that would be a 26.
Oh, you know what? You're gonna do a great job. Can you please describe to me how you hide these bodies? Or
I'm going to roughage the scene, make it look like there were animal tracks. Like I'll like put scratches on the floor. I'll add some extra wounds and things, make them look more serrated, so it looks like
animals,
giving
monsters.
Yeah, Hat's giving me some tips for it so that I can kind of know what to make it look more realistic. Because Hat knows how this thing works. I'm just kind of like,
bodies has Hat disposed of?
Don't ask that question.
Can I ask?
You don't want. You know what? Yeah, roll for it.
Roll to ask Hat how many
20.
bodies he's disposed of.
20.
Okay.
Yes.
How many bodies they've disposed of? They're gender neutral. Is it like with my persuasion?
Just a straight D20.
Okay, that would be a 5. So he's not telling me nothing. They're not telling me nothing.
No.
Yeah.
But he starts to tell you some like weird stuff. He's like, yeah, one time I killed a guy, but I needed him to look alive. So we like dressed him out, and like me and my buddy just kind of like took him around on this whole like vacation we were on. And he just keeps talking about that in the background the whole time you're trying to do this.
Hat pulled a weekend at Bernie's.
He's
Okay.
like, we put a visor on him, and no one knows.
Yeah. So
The perfect crime.
Hat, being a very good accomplice to murder, helps me stage the scene so there's like roughage and things so that it makes it look like they just got attacked by an animal that just passed by and went through.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you start back on your journey?
Well, we already searched them. I'm gonna check with Lark to make sure she's okay and she's not as shell-shocked. Hopefully a nap fixed it, so... All right, kid, you doing okay? Are you ready to move on? Should we take a little bit more time?
Lark is saddled up, ready to go.
Okay, Slark wants to go. All right. I guess Hat and I don't really need anything other than a morning constitutional and to leave. So, let's go, I guess. Cover up all the whatever tracks that we left, like horse hooves and things, just along with making sure that it looked like animals did it.
Beautiful. And we can say you guys are back on the main road right now.
All right.
So, pretty easy trek. You guys were pretty lucky. There weren't a lot of travelers around when you guys got back onto the main road. As you're traveling, you do notice that a few more people seem to be kind of ahead of you. You pass a few of them, some merchants, some travelers. They all seem to be kind of traveling with a lot of stuff as they are heading to a big city where people go to sell, to trade, things of that nature. If you would, for me, can you roll a perception, both of you?
Okay. I really should just keep the dice box open because I'm dumb and I don't think about it.
I have my dice right here, ready.
Oh, that is a nat 20. All right. Apparently me and Hat are looking, so.
Okay. How about you, Lark?
So that's a 23 altogether.
7. Head empty.
Head empty, just fine. You're going
Just
through
inventing.
You're going through shock. It's fine.
I am actively inventing. I'm just like la la la.
Oh, see, I thought it was you were in shock and there was no vampire there to buy you a Coke and kind of weirdly turn down a waitress and make you drink the Coke.
Oh no. Oh god.
Anyways,
that's weird.
You know what the
specific.
most unrealistic part of that scene was? That she could drink 2 Cokes in 10 minutes, not pee.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. I chug drinks. Thank you kindly.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Continue.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyways. So Lark, you're off in your own world, just kind of daydreaming, like you said, inventing things. Meanwhile, Odd, you're actually paying attention to the people that are around you. You notice that some people are kind of giving you some weird looks as you guys are just traveling yourselves on your horses. You're not bringing a lot of stuff as if you're trading.
Mm-hmm.
So you're definitely a little bit different. You might feel that some people are looking at you a little bit closer than others.
Can I, because of how high my roll is, can I figure out why, other than like the merchant thing? Would it be like, is there blood on us, or is there like...
I would say from your roll, there's no blood on you, nothing of that nature. Just your normal, you got a wild looking hat with some teeth poking out of it. You have a 20-something on her horse tinkering around with metal. So you guys are not your average travelers.
Fair enough. We do have a... Well, I guess we don't have a royal seal or anything. We're just passing through because the rebellion asked us. So it's not like we have any papers that are like, we're official.
It's not illegal to travel.
I know, but
It's not. People will still give you looks, though, if you look a little different.
I feel like trying to counteract their looks would make them look more. So I'm just going to pretend I don't see it. And I just kind of like push both horses along. And I'm like, all right, we're moving. Let's go. We got things to do. We are... The best way to look inconspicuous is look like you know what you're doing. So you just keep going. We pretend we have the badge. We're moving on. Let's go.
You walk in with a fake badge and a clipboard and you'll get in most places.
Yep.
This is true.
Yep. Just going.
As you guys get closer to the town of Hagen, you still have some of those weird looks, but there's more and more people the closer you get. Coming off of some of the smaller roads that kind of feed into the main road, it's getting a lot busier. Not enough that it's really hindering you guys traveling, but enough that you can be like, oh, I've been riding next to this person for about an hour. That's nice. So you're not on your own as you were before.
Okay.
So a little bit safer, I'd say.
So a little bit of foot traffic. Okay.
Exactly. As the sun starts to set, you actually are able to see the city. Like most cities in this area, it is going to be walled in, but not as heavily as the past town that you guys were in, which was, of course, a military set. town.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit nicer. You see a lot of people going in and out of the gates. It's a little more lackadaisical than it was in the past two places that you were at.
Mm-hmm.
And you also notice that the people that are coming in and out, they don't all look the same. So you're able to see some people that are obviously elven, some dwarvish. You see one or two tieflings, a couple tabaxi, and a couple other folks that you notice just aren't plain born humans. So even though you're farther from the capital, you're not in an area where it's necessarily bad right now.
Okay. So it's not closer to where we are where people are missing. Like it's just
Exactly.
lots more foot traffic. Would it be okay if we stopped here? Well, we're like only like midday, huh?
No, you guys are late in the evening.
Okay.
This is later in the evening. Sun is setting for you guys. You have reached the city of Hagen.
Okay.
So just a little bit, because I know this was from our session 1 or session point 1, we'll say right now. If you remember, this is the area that Imogen did tell you she would be sending word to get you guys someone that had muscle, because you guys were a little worried about someone that had a little bit more oomph when it came to fights. And remember, she did tell you to go to a tavern, and she did give you guys the rebellion coins.
Okay, so yes.
You guys should still have those on your person.
Yeah, okay, so we're in the place to actually find someone. So I definitely need to rest because we were traveling, I was a little bit paranoid about falling asleep because she's still in shell shock, and I'm like, Hat's keeping me up to make sure that we keep going. So I need to rest for sure. But we should probably find our muscle first because I'd feel a lot safer if we had somebody keeping an eye on our backs, because last time that didn't work out. So I'd rather her not go on a murder rampage on her own. So
she did do a very good job at murdering, didn't she?
Yeah, I did not. So as someone who is not traditionally a fighter,
yeah, no, she's like it's. I mean, like just took it all that and then shoved it right down, right where it belongs with everything else.
Yeah.
Bottle everything up and then just never talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll just hold it right here.
Come back later.
You'll just hold it right
until
here
you die.
Until you die. Yeah.
Now that's what fathers do.
You just push it down until you die, and then it's over. So
take all those ugly feelings and you just kind of wrap them up with a pretty little bow, and then you put them in the back of the closet and you never talk to them again. And then someday the closet door will burst open and you'll just burst into tears in the middle of a fight.
I have a feeling that Odd's gonna have to play therapist to this child at some point, inevitably. Okay, so do we remember the name of the Lark? Do you remember the name of the tavern that we're supposed to be going to?
I will help you guys right now because it was session point 1. Okay. It's the Shielded 3.
Shielded 3. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because the thing. Yeah. Okay, so can I search for the Shielded 3? Do I have to roll for it, or is it pretty easily findable?
If you want to search, you're in a pretty big, busy town, but you can always ask people around, or you can wander the streets, whichever one makes you happier.
Let's see how high my persuasion or perception is.
Or charisma. Charisma also works when talking to people.
My charisma is a +1. So.
Can I walk up to the nearest person and just smile and then be like, hello, hi, yes, we're new in town. Do you know what the Shielded 3 Tavern is? We were told to find someone.
Maybe not so that much.
Out of the crowd, the person that you decided to talk to is a very hairy-looking woman that's holding 2 young children's arms. And she, what are you looking for, dear? The what?
The Shielded 3. The Shielded 3. Cute kids. Hold on just a tick. And she makes them. I don't know. It's a little doodad. Oh gosh, I'm on the wrong page.
I believe in you. You got this.
Yeah.
She makes them a doodad.
She makes a tiny little doodad that it lights up, a little light up doodad, just a little light up toy for the kids.
Nice. Do you give them 1 or 2?
I give them 1.
Oh no.
Perfect.
To share.
Oh, that's gonna end well.
Children are delighted.
And
then they start fighting over it.
Yep.
The mother looks at you. Thanks.
Question mark.
You were looking for the shielded 3? She points. It's down that way. You take a right at the tree. You walk you walk down a little ways past the blacksmith. You'll see a man out there smoking a pipe. That's how you know you're at the right blacksmith. Go around that corner and you'll see the sign. You can't miss it. Is there any chance you got something else that I can please have for the kids? The children are now screaming.
Hold on just a tick. And I like dig around in my bag for some more shards of metal, and I really quickly make one that it makes like a little woo noise.
Perfect. The kids quiet down, though they are now arguing whose toy is better now.
Kids,
very tired, sighs, gives you a wary smile. Thanks. You have a good time at the tavern. And she drags her children along.
Yep. And I'm just like watching this go down like, this is not going to end well. All right.
I don't know how people, like parents, deal with kids.
Man, that's why I don't have kids. So I'm like, okay, now we know where to go. Grab horses, grab Lark, and we kind of migrate that way. We're just like, come along, kiddo. Let's do the thing.
Okay.
Trying to like keep her in eyesight because she tends to wander and do other things, and I'm like, okay, let's just stay together.
I just look up and
You
like,
guys-
I bet I could make a bed.
All right, let's do it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're okay. If you want to make a bird, you can make a bird.
That's what I'm doing tonight. We're making a little toy bird.
I'm here for it. Thank you. I hope it also kind of talks. I hope it's a parrot.
Oh, God.
Honestly.
Oh God.
As you guys make your way through Hagen, like I said, everyone does all of their training here. It's kind of the last big stop before you head out into the plains and then to the Dragon Spine, which is the giant mountains that divide the two countries.
Mm-hmm.
So you have merchants from this country, from a couple different areas. So everywhere you walk, there's just things to look at. There's silks, there's beads, there's food, there's weird little glowing trinkets. There's a lot of stuff going on. Do you still want to make your way to the tavern, or would you like to stop and do anything?
Can I roll a perception check just to see if anything catches my eye? Or can I do a distraction check, actually?
Why?
What?
I don't
We
know.
can roll it as perception and call it your distraction, sure.
Because sometimes you find cool things.
This is my
I do
ooh
have
shiny
a-
check. This is my ooh shiny check. Let's find an ooh shiny.
Yeah.
All right, live your life.
That would be a 10.
Awesome. Roll wisdom. Roll wisdom for me.
I'm not wise. It's like a negative.
We'll see if you're wise enough to be like, oh no, I know I should resist.
Okay. That would be a 13.
Beautiful. While you do see some really cool, like, sparkly little trinkets off in the distance, you're like, no, it's nighttime. I need to go to the tavern. Odd got his butt touched. We need to find the big burly fighter, and then I can see the shiny things.
You also should be saving up for your bracelet that, that costs a stupid amount of money. I'm like that dad that's like, you have an allowance. You shouldn't spend it because you're saving up for something. Like,
I double checked my notes. It's 80,000 gold pieces. So it's literally ridiculous.
yeah, this is.
But you could, like, rob someone.
Whoa.
Who has 80,000 gold?
Have you been talking to Hat? Like, calm down. Hold on. Calm
Anyway, so you guys are able to make your way to the tavern. So, as you walk through, you notice it's even busier in front of the tavern. It's a lot larger than most of the taverns that you guys would have seen before. You know how they are. They're kind of holes in the wall with maybe 3 or 4 tables inside, but this place is big. You can notice it can fit so many people in it, and it also seems to have an actual inn attached. So you see people going in and out, and there's just this jovial feeling that everyone has. Smiles on their faces going in, smiles on their faces heading out, and it seems to be a place that a lot of locals are going as well. So you know it's a good place to be. The sign outside says the shield at 3, and it has the same not work 3 shields that you guys have on your rebellion coins. So this is definitely where Imogen was telling you to head. So what would you like to do?
Best thing to do would find our fighter, and then, God, I need a nap.
Beautiful. Well, if I may, when you guys head in, it's very bustling inside. There is a small raised platform off to your left-hand side where there's some people playing music, kind of hyping up the crowd, you know, bard stuff, having a great time. When you look around, there's people of every sort of background. And then when you look to the back, that's where the bar is. And you notice that there is a carved wooden mural back there. So on that wooden mural, there are 3 people shown. In the middle is an elven woman. She has a very serene look about her. And she has, seems like a crest right here on her breast that is 3 lightning bolts. To her left-hand side is a tiefling man. He's shown kind of looking a little stern, and in his hands he's tinkering with something. And then to the right is a tabaxi man, and he is playing, it seems to be a lute, and he is kind of carved as if he is singing. And just behind all 3 of them, there are again the 3 shields.
Nice little place. Best place to go is probably the bar, because the bartender knows everything. Usually, that seems to be the token rule of thumb here, is go talk to the bartender. So we'll casually head that way. Don't want to make a big uproarious mess out of it. Try to be smooth. As smooth as this weird lanky man and this very excited 20-something could be. She's like, ooh, and I'm just like, come on.
All right. So you guys head to the back of the bar. Again, it's very busy, so it can take a little while to get his attention. Kind of a older guy, kind of in his 40s, but seems like a pretty nice, happy guy. He finally gets over to you guys. He's like, hey, what can I do you for?
We've been told we can hire some help, and I like slide the coin this way.
He slides it back at you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about hiring any help, but I think he leans forward a little bit, rests his nice burly hairy arm on the bar, and looks at you. I think Imogen was supposed to send someone here for you, right?
Yep, that's the person. That's the thing.
He pats you on the shoulder. Okay. Goes below. He grabs 2 glasses of mead for you guys. Pushes it towards Lark and pushes one towards you. Find a table. You'll find the person you need to talk to. They stand out. They stand out.
All right. Should I roll perception to like scan the room? Okay. I'm like, how would they stand out? There's like every race here. What makes them stand out? Let's see. How high is my perception? We'll find out.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, I'm relatively wise, so this helps. That would be a natural 20.
A nat 20.
Not a nat 20. A 17 plus a 3. So an unnatural 20.
Sexy. Paranormal 20.
A paranormal 20. There you go.
Love that. I would say out of everyone here, there's probably 3 people that kind of stand out the most. Close to the stage, you notice there's one person sitting down, and there seems to be a small group of people huddled around them, seeming to hang on every word. The person seems to be fairly young, even though they're kind of holding this crowd. They have darker skin, freckles covering their face. Their head is shaved, and they have just big hazel youthful eyes, and they're dressed like someone from the southern reaches, all in purple, very light, very airy, and they're speaking with passion. One of the other things you can notice, because their head is fully shaved, they have elven ears, so they're of some sort of elvish descent, which is very uncommon to see in Trivelin because there is so much honest racism going on. Third person you notice is kind of, because they're kind of out of the ordinary for everyone here. You notice in one of the back corners, there's a gentleman sitting on his own. He's kind of wearing just normal traveler's clothes, browns and greens. He has kind of longer black hair that covers his ears, and his outfit doesn't have any sleeves, and his arms are covered in tattoos of beautiful like knot work. And third person is, because they're just so colorful, you notice there's someone who's a Kenku, apparently of the parrot lineage, and they're just kind of sitting there, but their colors are so bright, there's no way that they're not going to stand out in a crowd.
Okay, so we've got 3 avenues to go. I'm going to relay this to Lark, and I'm going to say, hey, which direction would you like to go? I'm not sure who Imogene sent for us, but there's 3 people that stand out to us. Thank you so much for following. We appreciate you.
We love you.
But yeah, I don't know which direction you want to go, but there's 3 people that we could talk to. See, they all seem like interesting folks. Maybe we can get either gather information, or maybe they're for what Imogene suggested us to talk to.
I'm going to talk to the bird. Bird on bird.
I had a feeling you would go for the bird. All right.
Bird's the word, don't you know?
But the birds also work for the bourgeoisie, so we'll see how this goes.
Madam, I am the bourgeoisie.
You are the bourgeoisie. This is true.
I mean, I'm not a madam, but all right.
Listen, there is no gender neutral formal form of dress. I have looked it up.
Gender is a myth.
I mean, yes, you are correct.
Like Mothman.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Lark's gonna talk to the bird.
Yes. I guess I'm gonna go listen in on a story, and maybe I'll go talk to Beefy Guy in a minute. I'll go see what the story's about, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lark, you want to go through and talk to the very colorful parrot man. What do you do? He's sitting there. He's kind of just sitting there with 2 or 3 friends, just normal conversation at their table.
Oh God, I thought he was alone.
No. The only person who is alone is the gentleman in the back. So if you want to talk to someone by themselves, that would be him.
Okay, I am going to pick up my untouched mead, because Lark does not drink. And I'm going to sort of kind of like walk up, and I'm going to make eye contact, wave, and then gesture. Do you want one?
Who are you waving to?
I am making eye contact with the Kenku.
The Kenku sees you and he waves as if he expects he should know you since you're waving at him. And he goes,
okay, all right. I walk over.
He does a bird shrug.
Oh God, bird husband.
We should. No, that's why I knew. I'm like, she's going over the bird. He said bird. She's going.
Roll to seduce. No, Lark does not seduce, but
you could always roll to romance if Lark would romance.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so you walk up to the bird.
Because bird is the word.
All right, I walk up to the bird. I place the meat in front of him, and I just kind of I join the table, and I say, and I am just like, oh, what a lovely night. I'm just like, oh, what a lovely night.
Just invite yourself to a table.
All his friends kind of look at him like, do you know her? He's like, lovely night to be out. I'm glad I'm here. Do I know you?
Question mark?
And he just looks at you real uncertain.
Oh God. Okay, there's 2 avenues. I
convince this man he knows you. Convince him.
Should I go for it?
It's your role, homie.
This is whatever you want to do, my dude.
Okay. Do I wasn't expecting him to straight out ask, do I know you? I thought he was gonna do the whole
Hey, how have you been?
Right?
Haven't seen you in a certain period of time.
It's been
Right,
a
right.
while?
Not particularly, no.
Oh, okay. Okay. He kind of reaches his talon out to you. Name's Jake. Nice to meet ya.
Jake.
This bird is patterned after my great grandma. She bred very exotic birds, and she had her favorite bird was the parrot macaw. His name was Jake.
From State Farm?
Oh.
No. Jake the snake.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Feathers!
He looks down at himself and he's wearing like a normal shirt, some like nice pants and some boots.
Some khaki
My
pants.
clothes!
Lovely to meet you, Jake. I'm Locke.
He nicely shakes your hand with his talon. Is there a reason? You're over. Not that I'm against making friends, but he gestures to the people he was already spending his evening with.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay. I turn to them and I smile and say, I'm Lark.
They all, in different degrees of awkwardness, shake your hand as well.
That's what happens when you just let an extrovert go. Just
Go
I'd offer
crazy.
you a drink,
Get
but I
stupid.
only have the
Huh?
one.
What was that?
Oh, I said, I'd offer you a drink, but I only have the one.
They all it's okay, don't worry about it. So Jake kind of leans forward. So what can I do for you?
Well, my friend and I are looking for somebody, and we were told that we would know them when we saw them, and so I just kind of walked up to the most interesting person in the room.
He preens and puffs up a little bit. Well, I am quite nice looking. Thanks.
just so loud.
But I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to meet anyone here. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're welcome to spend the night with us. Are you new in town?
In fact, this is my first ever time here. It's beautiful.
Perfect. You're welcome to hang out with us. We'll show you the town, show you the real Hagen.
Oh Lord.
I accept the invitation.
I'm gonna lose Lark to the Birdman, and I'm never gonna see them again. Oh God.
So easily you abandoned. Okay. Okay, so you want to hang out with us?
Oh, absolutely. This is lovely.
Perfect. They welcome you in. They start exchanging stories, start telling you about the town of Hagen, and we'll leave you there for now. Odd, what are you doing?
I'm confused at Lark's, excitement. I'm gonna go talk to that shaved bald elf, and then maybe see if that. I'm probably the guy with the tattoos is our muscle guy, right? That would make the most sense. Maybe.
Don't meta game. Don't meta.
I'm not going to tell you one way or another.
I guess I'll go up to the elf because I'm going with my instincts. Might as well. And besides, there's already a crowd formed. Might as well be like, oh, there's a story. Maybe I'll go talk to them after. So I'll just kind of hang on the cusp and listen into the story.
Okay. So as you get closer, you can tell she's they're kind of going through a story, and they seem to be telling the story of the Shielded Three. So if you like, I can tell you the story, or we can skip over it, one of the two.
If you made lore, I believe that you want to talk about lore, so talk about
Did I make lore?
A little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. If you want to, I would love if you want to talk about lore, talk about lore. Do it. I'm here for you. Support your friends if they decide to build a whole campaign and build lore around it. Support your friends.
Support your friends.
Support your DM friends. They're going through it right now.
Life's real hard. What are you doing, Natalie?
There's a ghost behind you.
There's a floating blanket.
There was a ghost. Never trust the living, man. Crazy.
Crazy, my dude. Spooky. So, Avdimi sounds like this, but I will not be telling the whole story like this, because I do not have the patience. So, they start to tell you. So the Shielded Three...
Oh my god, that was Abdi. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to talk like this?
Mm.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Anna's about to find out. It's fine.
That's fine.
But remember, Lark, you don't know this.
Yeah, no,
I know
Lark's,
nothing. I'm
birds.
having a great old time with Jake the
Lark's,
macaw.
Lark's partying with birds, you know?
What a choice. So they start to talk about the Shielded Three, which this cavern is named after. So the Shielded Three was an adventuring group that came from the kingdom to the east, right over the dragon's spine, called Sudental. They started off with just 2 members. So there was the artificer, Fritgern Toya, and a bard by the name of Poem of Summer. After a few years serving under their king, a new member joined them. So this was Tassi Millennium, a paladin and follower of Talos, and her righteous desire to help others spurred the group into new heights. It was not too long after that when whispers started to come to their country and swirl around their court that residents of Trivelin had started immigrating to their lands as tensions had started to rise, and they feared if they did not leave then, they would never be able to leave on their own again. Their king had requested that the Shielded Three go through and act as ambassadors to Trivelin and try to get King Mateus to see reason. When the trio finally found themselves in his court, Tassi immediately fell for the king, believing that she would be able to find the goodness within him and turn him to his better senses. And that would not come to be, unfortunately. Against what his advisors said and against what her companions told her, they went through and they married. This was the first time in generations that the royal family of Trivelin had married someone who was not of noble blood and not human. Tassi was an elf. She truly believed that he loved her, and she thought that she would be able to help and change, but then he turned against her. He started crusades at this point, and when Tassi witnessed families being torn out of their homes, she had ran to him and told him of the terrible things that she saw, saying, I don't know what your advisors are doing. I don't know why they're doing this. They're taking citizens from their homes. They're tearing families apart. I don't know where they're sending them. They're sending them to camps. I don't know what's going on here. Because they're getting kicked out of the country, and then there's some crazy nobles doing stuff. And he looked at her coldly and said, they cannot be trusted, and I do not believe I can trust you either. At this point, she panicked and fled the castle at this point. She met up with her 2 friends that, through thick and thin, even though they had been telling her for years that they would not be able to do anything, they needed to return home, return back to their own kingdom, they still left with her. At this point, they fled as far as they could from the capital, and they fled actually down to the southern reaches, where it would be harder for him to ever find out that she was there. And at this point, they started to actually go through and create the rebellion. For reasons, Tassi had laid down her shield at this point and decided she could not have an active part within the rebellion. At this point, Fritgern and Poem stepped up and they started to lead the rebellion. Fritgern was the one that started the actual riots in the streets and in all of the major cities, which is actually what made the Crusades stop. About 3 years after that happened, they started to see that things weren't as good as they should be at that point. People were still being pushed out of their cities. It was just unofficial at this point that people were being kicked out and told, you can't stay here anymore. So they went through and they started up the rebellion again. But at this point, they got word that Tassi was sick with something that she could not even heal. At this point, she died. Fritgern separated and he went down to the south to take care of her stuff going on. And for unknown reasons, again, he went through and retired just like she did. At this point, it was just Poem on his own that went through and led the rebellion. For years, it was him by himself leading the rebellion that... I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was Natalie's, my roommate's ringtone. Okay. Anyways.
That was like so deep in lore that it's like, what?
Natalie! Uh-huh.
Oh boy, that was funny.
I have a comment that is either completely off guard or will steal your thunder, and so I'm going to send it through Discord.
You're fine. Anyways, so for years, Holm had been on his own, leading the rebellion and making the changes that we are able to see today. He never was able to see Fredgern again, and in the last years of his life, he actively searched for his friend. And he did what he could at that point, where he did everything he could to make sure that everyone knows what Fredgern and Tassi had tried to do for them. And that's why there are taverns like this around, and that's why you'll see little nods to them in areas where the rebellion is present. Unfortunately, 3 years ago, Poem did take ill, and he did finally pass. Luckily, he had been training Imogene for 12 years within the rebellion, and she has done more than anyone would have ever expected her to do. Fredgern is still unknown as to where he is and what he is doing, but Imogene has more than done what the rebellion needed. And the whole time she sounds like this, but even though their voice is calm the entire time they speak, there seems to be an underlying rage under that beautiful, just innocent look that they have and that calm voice. There is rage inside. What would you like to do?
Well, that was a very, very cool story. Lots of lore and history and things.
Sorry, I tried to make it shorter.
You're totally good. Should I flash coin and be like, hey, we're a recent sign up? No. Let's see. Gosh. I'm not sure how to approach that, because...
Remember, they are still surrounded by people listening to their story. They're right next to where the bards are doing their thing. So they're at an area where everyone's really looking and paying attention.
Okay. So it's probably not best to cut through and be like, hey, like, introduce self. Let's go ahead.
You met my friend Ted!
Yeah, right. Let's go ahead and...
You're not Lark.
I'm going to go ahead and... The story is great. They have a lot of people, though, so I'm going to go ahead and back off and then go towards tattoo armed guy and see what he's up to.
Okay. How would you like to approach him? He's just sitting in the back doing his thing, just drinking, seems to be kind of paying attention to the crowd.
Okay. Wish him, obviously... Oh, hello. Good evening. How are you? Out of curiosity, we might have a friend in common. Do you know Imogene?
He kind of looks up at you and extends his hand. Well, hello there. I don't think I know any Imogene. Is there something that you're looking for? Something I might be able to help you with?
I was sent by my friend from the capital. We're traveling towards kind of the further reaches, and they said that they'd have a friend meet us here, so we just wanted to see if maybe Imogene had sent you. If not, then I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just was coming by to say hello if you were the right person.
Well, you're all good, friend. I'm actually in a bit of an adventure myself, just trying to get out there. Is there maybe something I could help you out with?
Well, we're trying to... Let me see if I can get the map up real fast. Sorry.
You're fine.
Because we're going to Dalibor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Well, we're stopping here in this town before we head out to Dalibor, because there's some stuff going on, I guess. And Imogene asked us for a favor, so we're heading out there to check out things that are going on. There's a lot of folks that are not where they're supposed to be at the moment. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
A look of concern comes over his face. If I may, what do you mean people aren't where they're supposed to be? Are they moving? What's going on?
Can I, before I divulge information, can I kind of feel his vibe, see if he's like trustworthy enough to tell what's going on? Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Just so that, I don't want to assume that not every nice southern accent actually is a good person, you know what I mean? Okay. Oh, that is a nat 20 plus 3, so 23.
It does seem like he's talking with the general concern that people have disappeared.
Okay, so he's genuinely like, okay, so he's actually a decent dude. So they're not where they're supposed to be because they're not there. Apparently there's some people missing from this town, and we're told to look into it as a favor.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're looking for a muscle in our group because it's just me and a younger lady who's pretty capable, but we just need an extra hand, someone else to keep an eye on us while we're sleeping. So I don't know, I don't get hit with an arrow again.
He looks at
like
you
takes
with
a
a
small
little bit of concern,
take a little bit of a drink, and it's just like, yeah. So
he gives you the look.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry about that arrow. He goes
Mm.
through, he pushes his hair back, and you can see his ears are pointed.
Yeah.
If you do need any help, I don't like to flex my business around. He leans forward a little bit. I have been practicing adventurer for a little bit. I am a monk, if that might be the type of muscle you're looking for.
Something that can punch things more than me. Yeah, that does definitely help. It's a start.
But he offers that to you. He understands that he's a little like, he's like, God, I hear people are disappearing, and he's honestly just a wandering adventurer looking for something to do.
Yeah. So, not the person that Emojin asked us to be, but it is somebody that could help us. Is it possible to recruit more than one person, or are we just going for the one?
That's up to you.
We can always use extra hands. Extra hands make lighter work. Yeah, let me... I didn't think I caught your name. What's your name, sir?
Oh. He reaches his hand out again. My name's Edzel. What's your name?
Edzel. I'm Odd. It's a pleasure to meet you. No, that's the name.
I don't think you're that.
That's the name. Yeah, the name is Odd. Yes. It was a gift. It was a name given to me, and it seems to fit quite well, apparently. So so I've been told. Yeah. We have been. Someone was set aside for us specifically, but I mean, many hands make lighter work. So if you would like to come along with us as an extra hand, we're actually going to be going to Dalibor, and then we're actually going to be cycling back to the capital. There's a lot of interesting things happening there as well that we've been asked to look into.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he looks around at the crowded bar. I think I'll ask you more about that when we're in smaller company.
Yeah. I've even should I like flash coin and be like, like
it's you.
Well, you can't just like flash it anywhere. I guess this bar is like one of those places that can be where you flash this kind of coin because it's got like the giant shield things on the wall. So it'd probably be like okay because they already kind of know what this bar is about. But I don't know if that would actually work for this guy.
I'm not gonna help you bet a game.
I know, but my brain. This is me thinking aloud. I'm sorry. I don't keep any thoughts in my head. I just keep them outside. It's because I'm talking to my hat. This is where you're hearing the conversation between me.
Love it.
Yeah. So this is where my brain is, but it sounds like muttering. So it's like. A lot of non-internal monologue because he's used to hearing, talking. I'll have to get back to you, friend. I gotta go track down my other compatriot, but once I do, I'll cycle back to you, see if I can utilize your help, or you wouldn't mind traveling with us. Maybe it'll be worth your time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, let me know. I'm just honestly gonna be here for a little bit before I turn in for the night. So
all right. We're probably gonna be staying here as well, so you'll probably see us. So yeah. Thanks for your time.
Right.
I don't tip hat because it's the last time I tugged him, he got mad, but I like tap.
Now, really quick before we continue with Odd.
Yeah.
Lark, is there anything you're doing other than hanging out with the birds?
Yes. Okay. At this point, I have my journal out. I am actively drawing Jake because remember, I'm going to make a small bird.
That's
like
true.
that's the goal.
You want a reference. Yeah.
Yep. So I am like actively making notes and listening and having a time, and then I just look up and I'm just like, I should introduce you to my friends. I should. And like I don't wait for a response. I just get up. I grab, like, I've got pieces of metal on the table. I just kind of scoop everything up, and then like I go rushing off. And I would like to say that I run directly into the largest crowd I see, because I just assume that's where Odd is.
Okay, we will assume that you run into the crowd or the stories are being told.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, howdy. I'm gonna lose her in the crowd, aren't I?
No. We'll do this first. Roll acrobatics for me. Tell me how agile you are while you run into this giant crowd of people.
Probably not very. I'm encumbered by odds and ends.
Odds and ends?
Yeah.
Oh my god, can that be the title of the episode?
Odds and ends.
Not very.
Sure. Odds
Or
and ends.
odds and ends.
Odds and ends.
Nat 20.
Fuck me. Pardon me.
Woo.
I was gonna say fuck me sideways and call me Sally, so I said natty ways.
It's not the first 10 minutes. It's fine.
Oh yeah, true. Perfect. Any woozly doozly. Somehow Lark is extremely agile, probably from years just running around with all of her inventions and her little like doodads and hootsy whatsies,
And blowing herself up.
You weave your way through the crowd, not even a hair out of place on your head, and you get to the center of the group where you see the character that's telling the story. This is one of the people that caught your eye earlier. Again, it's someone that seems to be of elvish origin, shaved head, darker skin, very beautiful, innocent face, purple, airy clothes that they're wearing, and they seem very shocked for you to stumble into the middle of the crowd. And they look at you. Hello?
Oh, you're the one I wanted to talk to.
Oh, I don't think I've spoken to an Odd. Do I know you?
Not really, no, but perhaps.
Oh, who are you?
Oh, sorry, terribly impolite. I'm Lock Flyrite.
Just like hand right out there.
Right, I'm dropping things.
Roll charisma for me.
Oh my god.
There's not much.
Oh lord. How'd you make a character that's so like chaos and then like not put charisma? Oh no.
Miranda.
Oh
We love her
no.
for it.
Oh no.
Like my entire goal with her is I wanted her to be incredibly intelligent and not great at much else.
So intelligent in terms of book smarts, socially inept. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, cause like I just like I don't know, I just head empty, just inventing.
Head empty, just
Love that.
inventing. Hashtag head empty, just inventing.
I am gonna go ahead, and this is like nothing good ever comes when I use my luck points, but I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
This one because it was a dreadful roll. Dreadful.
Terrible choices.
That got worse. So 9.
They are very hesitant when they take your hand. Pleasure to meet you, Lark. Is there something I can do for you? Is there someone that you're looking for?
Yes, actually, that is. Well, so the bartender said that we would know right away, but I mean, that's kind of weird because there's so many cool people here because it's a really nice town. But basically, the skinny is, so the skinny is that people are disappearing, and that's really sad. And so we're gonna find them, and we've been sent on this really cool quest.
You are quieted as their hands cover your mouth. I think it would be a little bit smarter if we did not talk about these things out here. Would you meet me in my room?
That seems
Very
terrible.
politely removes their hands and just looks at you. Again, very calm, very polite face. but still rage inside.
Okay, I smile and I say, "Let me go get Odd," and I run back into the crowd.
In the meantime, they very politely talk to the crowd and try to get people away. What would you like to do, Lark?
Do I see this going on?
Roll perception.
Okay. I can roll perception for that, because I'm assuming that the story stopping would be a little bit like everyone's like a chatter of like what
They weren't. There's still tons of people in there, and it's not like they were yelling the story.
I guess I wasn't paying attention that much. That would be a 10, so probably not.
Beautiful. You don't really notice anything. You were looking for Lark, like you said, but you didn't notice her all of a sudden run into this giant crowd.
Okay, so I'm just like kind of looking around for her, and she's just like whips right past me.
Yes, perfect.
All right.
Can I roll an investigation to find Odd?
We can say that you find Odd only because I'm very terrified you both will get bad rolls.
I'm a tall, gangly.
Run into a wall.
I'm a tall, gangly person. I'm kind of hard to miss.
He's also wearing a weird hat, so he stands out.
A little bit, yeah.
So, what does Lark do?
Okay, so is Odd still at the table, or has Odd left the table at that point?
I'm
asking Odd.
So I would back off from the table and I'm kind of looking through the room, because that guy's kind of towards the back. So I.
Okay, all right. I would like to do because Lark is in many ways modeled after a child. I would like to do the creepy little kid thing where they come like right up behind you, like they expect you to know that they're there.
Should I roll to see if I react? Like.
Sure.
Okay, let's see what I got.
Very much.
Lark. Have Lark roll for stealth, and I guess again roll perception to see if you notice.
That would be a 15 for me.
That would be a 16.
Oh, just eked by.
Perfect. What does Lark do?
Okay. So Lark finds Odd, like gets like real up close, like right behind, and I say, so okay, hold on, give me a sec. I have to figure it out. Hold on.
Bring it in. Live the character.
Yes. Oh my god, I made friends with Jake from State Farm and look, I drew some things and I'm gonna make a bed, but also there's a lady who she like invited us to her room, which is a little bit weird, but I mean, people do that, right? They have sleepovers.
So I kind of shut, my drink is like on my shoulder now, and I'm like,
you could do what I normally do when people surprise me, and I'm like, okay.
I think he just kind of like release things that are in his hand just in case,
it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna talk and it's gonna fly and it's gonna be the coolest metal bed anyone ever saw.
Let's back up to the part where we got invited to someone's room. Let's talk about that first.
I didn't catch her name, but she seemed important. She was one of the people on your list.
Okay, that was one of the people we noticed while we were looking around. Okay, I talked to, you talked to 2 out of the 3. You've been very productive. Good. The bird person was not a, no go on the bird person?
Jake is absolutely lovely, and his friends are amazing, and they offered to take us out later, and so I think we should do it because it's really important to make friends and be nice.
I'm gonna heal from my arrow wounds first, and then we can talk about going out and doing things. How about we do one at a time?
Right.
Yes, let's talk about the person that invited us to the room, and maybe that's the person we're looking for, so we should secure that first before we make any party decisions.
They're right over here, and they're right over there, and then I dive back into the crowd.
Okay, can I try to spot where Lark ended up so that I can actually track them and find them again? Because there's a mass of people.
You're able to see the storyteller pretty easily.
Okay.
They're standing over an open doorway, which leads into the area for the inn.
Okay, so they're heading to the room.
They're waiting for you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna because I probably see them because I'm probably taller than Lark anyway. So I'm just kind of like, I don't want to like grab the scruff of their shirt because that feels very, very rude, especially because I've only met them a handful of days ago. Let me kind of like nod them over, like, hey, can we that way? Can I? Would the gesturing work?
I don't know. Does the gesturing work for Lark? Does Lark listen?
Yes. I run in that. I do my thing. I go over in that direction. And I'm just like, hello again. This is odd.
Hi.
And that's
hi from both of us. Were you the person that we're here for?
They raise their hands, and they still look so serene and calm and happy. Please, let's go into my room and we can talk from there. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to keep Lark slightly behind me because I don't really know what exactly is going on. I mean, I guess Lark can take care of himself, so it really doesn't matter too much. But I'm just kind of like, okay, let's go.
Lark lights the entire inn on fire.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe I'm protecting this new person from Lark. It's very possible that this is what's happening right now. I'm kind of like, am I protecting them from you or you from them? I kind of just create a buffer between the two for one reason or another, and we follow this person into their room. I guess that's all they can do.
They walk ahead of you and they lead you up the stairs to their room, walking very measured steps, almost as if they're floating. Very nicely open the door to their room and gesture for you guys to walk in.
All right, follow behind, I guess. I'll be polite and let Lark through first because I was taught manners, I think, at some point. So I'll let Lark in first.
They very calmly.
Oh, can I look around the room?
Yeah, for sure. So roll investigation.
I score high on investigation.
Because it's the brain power. You got the brain power.
That's what Lark has. That's
sexy.
19.
Sexy brain.
Yep.
Awesome. It's a nice inn. So they're a very nice, fluffy bed, a nice little table side, a mirror in there, which like fancy to have a mirror in there and all of that. And just nice. Nothing really stands out otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Is there a chair next to the table?
Yeah, we'll say there's a little table and it has 4 chairs.
I immediately run over there because I'm still carrying stuff.
And just drops your stuff on the table?
I put like things on the table, I perch on a chair, and then I immediately like start tinkering with my gauntlet.
Perfect.
Lark, let's talk business first before you start playing stuff.
They close the door behind you, and immediately their face is no longer serene. That anger you could kind of see simmering behind, clear as day on their face. And they look at Lark. Do not speak of rebellion business in a crowded area. I do not know where Imogene found you if you found that was appropriate.
I probably should have went with her. Hi, we were asked by Imogene to go find you, or we were given a coin and said, hey, we have a friend that's in this town before we go to the next one to find out what's going on with the other with the missing people. I assumed that Lark would be a little bit more tactful, but I guess
yes, tact would be not going through and talking about all the people that have been missing.
Yeah.
And not how you have been sent here.
Yeah, that was not the intention. I was kind of trying to be.
They're mean. I'm sorry, Lark. I'm sorry, Miranda. This isn't against you. They're just not nice.
Into herself. She does not respond well to yelling.
Okay.
They take a breath. I'm sorry we started off on a bad foot, but I do need both of you to understand how serious this is. I thought Imogene had told you, but maybe she did not have time. But it is of the utmost importance for you guys not to just tell great crowds of what you are doing. You guys are working for the rebellion secretly. If the crown knows the rebellion is trying to intercede here, we can lose everything we've been working for.
Mm.
They do seem a little apologetic that they yelled, but they're still understandably very upset still.
Well, to my knowledge, the only people that we talked to is did you talk about the thing that we got called for to the bird person that you met, Lark, or
I do not care about that. Lark walked up to me in a large crowd where people were very intently listening and started to talk about it. I don't know if this is the first time. I will assume it is. If you find someone you trust and you believe is on our side, that is one thing. But large crowds are a whole different thing. You never know who might be in that crowd listening.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're the person that Imogene's we're supposed to meet.
Yes. They reach out a hand to you to go through and shake it. I am Evdemi.
Evdemi, pleasure to meet you. I'm Odd. Obviously, you've met Lark. We're not quite sure where to go from here. I know we have to go to the next town, but do you have any more information about the town we're going to, other than people are missing?
Most definitely. Let me grab this. Because I need names of towns and I don't remember what names I give things.
Dalibor is the town I believe we're going to.
Oh yeah, there's other names.
Dalibor. Okay.
It's a road trip.
Yes.
So you already know that you're heading to Dalibor because over the last few weeks, people, individuals, and families have been disappearing. As far as what the rebellion knows, we are not 100% certain at this point if people are now fleeing the village, and that is part of the reason we're seeing the numbers have an uptake at this point, or if there is still something else going on. From the informant that we got, I'm sure Imogene was able to tell you that all belongings are being left behind.
Mm-hmm.
All belongings are left behind. There is no sign of struggle. There is no sign of bodies. They're just gone.
Yeah.
People still remember them, so there's nothing of that nature going on. But their friends, their families, they do not know what has come of these folk. Unfortunately, they are right against the dragon's spine, so they're supposed to be taken care of the Brimhild family. Those are the nobles that are just north of them.
Yeah, I saw that on the map. Maybe they're there?
There's no way to know. Officials from the village have gone through and tried to talk to them, but they have been told, nothing's going on. You guys are right against the border. They're just going. They're traveling. That does not make sense.
Not without leaving all their things behind. Definitely not. Okay, so we definitely need to get there soon, or else more people are going to go missing, and that would be problematic, to say the least. Do we have an action plan? Do you have a way? I mean, we have horses, but do we have do we have to approach the town stealthily just in case?
It's a border city. As long as you two do not go in doing anything strange, fireworks in the sky, creating thunderstorms. I unfortunately do not know your specialties. As long as you don't do anything of that nature, it's one of the last towns on the border. It's not every day, but it is not odd to see travelers passing through.
So other than just being there, we won't stand out too much. Okay. That's good to know. That's at least a start. Well, sorry about the confusion in the beginning. But I'm hoping that by the end of this, we'll be able to make a difference and make this a little bit easier on you guys, and we can go from there. I did meet a gentleman in the bar that said he might be able to help us out as well. He's a very nice monk fellow. he said that he's an adventurer himself, and so he looks like he's available to help us, which would be more hands make light work, right?
More hands do make light work. I don't believe that's the gentleman I was having you going to plan on going with you to. You're welcome to bring as many hands as you want, as long as he seems like a good fellow and he wants to help. Just like I said, be careful unless you trust the person.
He seemed to be all right. I didn't, spill the entirety of the beans, but I did talk a little bit about at least where the direction we're going. At least mostly the direction we're going. I didn't want to go into it too much, especially because we don't know a whole lot yet. Be silly to say everything. And thank you, Cheesy Poof, for following. But yeah, didn't want to go too deep into it, or else you never know who's listening. It's been an interesting traveling these past 5 years, so I'm learning more as we go on.
You're the one that Imogene said you wanted to look through the records, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about my life before 5 years ago, so it's just me and Hat walking around and traveling. So we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go. Lark is actually on a mission as well, but it's a little bit more defined than mine is, so it makes it a little bit easier for her. Kind of, a little bit more defined. Lark, I know. It's kind of like mention to Lark.
Lark is shut down. Like,
oh boy.
Like, Lark is literally just messing with the gauntlet, not making eye contact.
She's a little bit on the younger side, so she's taking this a little bit harder.
Avdimi leans toward you. Younger side? How old do you think I am?
Hopefully an adult age? I don't know. I can't tell ages. I'm kind of face blind. I'm very bad at faces, very bad at names. I mean, I'd forget my own if it wasn't attached to me, right?
I'm only I'm 19.
You're
so I do not know how old they are, but
on the younger side. But I don't think they've seen the world as much. I feel like they've have a little bit of more cushy life than most people have.
Oh, I know who that is. Hello. I just realized seeing the screen name. Sorry, I'm dumb. Anyways, back.
I feel like they've had a little less encounters with rebellions and coups and things, a lot less world experience.
Who's speaking of coups?
Well, we got a rebellion.
Well. So Avdini just sits back a little bit. Just okay. Not going to say anything else on their own about that.
Yeah.
Is there anything either of you want to say or do right now?
You said your name was Abdini, yes?
Yes, I am.
Why does the wind talk about you?
You can see they brighten up a lot, like genuinely brighten up. Their eyes twinkle a little bit. Oh, the wind was speaking about me, was it? What did it say?
Lark is visibly uncomfortable. She's like, it took courage to speak up at all. It said, well, it didn't say much. Wind shouldn't be talking on its own, but I can't think. Jams. And then right back into the gauntlet.
Do I?
It's okay. This is something Avdimi is more than happy to talk about. More so than what you were talking about there at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, the wind. I'm actually, if you didn't know, they pat their neck where they have a necklace that they wear that has 3 lightning bolts with little things coming off of it. I'm actually a cleric of Talos. It's so nice to hear. I try to serve them so well. That's so nice to hear. Oh, I hope they said nice things.
Oh. Oh, the wind was actually talking. Oh, okay. I just thought that was a. I got woken up in the middle of the night and was yelled at about wind, and then I got shot. So I'm
No,
having a time.
Talos loves many things: wind, storms, lightning strikes, forest fires.
Oh,
All very nice.
Oh, good. We've had a couple of those recently too.
Oh, oh, hey,
Whether that was intentional by Talos or just um, discharge from Lark's little doodads, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, no, we've had a little bit of that. Speaking of which, we're probably gonna have to stay the night because I'm still like a little squidgy.
There is no worries there. We have already arranged for rooms for both of you.
Oh,
Before you do turn in, Avdemi has kind of reined themselves in. They're back to kind of their serenity rather than the almost fangirl-esque way they were speaking of their patron, or their god, I guess. Do you still want to meet the gentleman I was going to have journey with you, or are you comfortable with just the muscle you found at the tavern?
Let's get business all settled and then we'll go to bed. I'd rather get all of our ducks in a row before we start charging on to our next adventure.
Beautiful.
If that's okay with you, Lark. Just like
I'm still trying to figure out what is jammed.
emotions.
If you don't mind, just give me one quick moment. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Avdemi leaves the room, closing the door behind them, leaving you alone for the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna try to talk to Lark and try to get them back into the moment here.
Snap back to reality. Ooh.
So, is your thing actually jammed, or are you just having a time? You all right?
What you see here, like the sparks and the bits, and that's a cog, and it's just very stuck. And it won't fire if it's stuck.
I understand.
And I have to take it apart.
Well, luckily we got a lot of time, so we'll be in our room, and you can work on that for a little while. But you gotta be more careful. We gotta be more careful in the future. This is not me yelling at you, kid. It's just I don't want us to die before we have to. You know what I mean? We gotta stay around for as long as we can. Make sure to help out as many people as we can. And I gotta figure out who I am, and you gotta figure out your bracelet thing. So we gotta stick around for a little while.
How do you find anybody if you never say anything?
Well, you gotta be subtle. You know, you gotta talk in code, I guess would be the right word. I asked if we have a friend in common, and I'll drop Imogene's name, but that will be about it. You don't wanna talk too much, because if you tell them everything, then they'll know everything, and sometimes they're bad people. So we gotta make sure to be on the right side. You know, gotta make sure to.
This is what.
Talk to the right person.
This is worse than a dinner party.
You know, you gotta be careful who you talk to. You know, you gotta be friendly, but we gotta be careful, because I guess there's spies and things everywhere. I don't know enough about this city. I don't have a lot of backstory to it, but we just gotta be more careful. Okay, they're in the right, but they shouldn't have yelled. I'm sorry, but hopefully we can do this right. We can do this right, and we can fix it. You know? I feel like we can do okay.
At that point, you hear a little knock on the door, and Avdemi enters in. Behind them is a much larger person, a very large man. He's wearing just kind of a light leather armor over his normal clothes. He seems fairly young, probably early 30s at the very most. He has kind of shorter brown hair, a very well-kept beard, and a very easy smile on him. Avdemi leads them in and kind of gestures. Thank you both very much for patiently waiting. This is the gentleman I was hoping to introduce you to. Smiles brightly and holds out his hand to you guys. Hey guys, I'm Elric. Nice to meet you.
Oh, not the person I thought we'd meet, but hello. How's it going?
Nice to meet you. Very nicely takes Odd's hands first, just very enthusiastically shakes it. Just the same with Lark.
I'm just like a noodle, so I'm like... I'm just a noodle of a man, so I'm just like flopping in his probably beefy hands. Just like...
Does he extend the left hand or the right hand?
Right hand.
Oh, okay. Lark, out of habit, reaches out, still with the gauntlet like half like open and taken apart, and a piece falls. She dives under the ground to pick him up.
That's a pretty cool thing you got there. Cool things you're doing. What is it?
Oh, it's my gauntlet. So, well, okay. So there's a rune right here, and then there's a little magic-y stone bit right here, and then it all kind of powers together and conduits through the metal, and then whoosh. Very cool.
That is so cool. And you made this all on your own?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. You know, you're very talented. You're one of those artificers I keep hearing about, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You can tell that Elric is used to kind of like hanging out with younger folks, so he has genuine joy when he's talking to her.
Yeah. I'm just like the old fuddy-duddy that's just like, yeah, this is happening. Okay. Just...
So, if everyone would like to have a seat, Abdemi sits at one of the 4 chairs. Elric grabs one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Odd, if you want to take another as well.
Sure.
They're carefully not touching anything that's on the table, so no worries there. If I may, so this is Elric. Let's do this. Elric is a noble, very noble person. He's just to be fully out there. He is a knight. And while he is a knight and he is for the realm, he is truly for the realm, and he has helped us in the rebellion a number of times, which I do have to say, they smile genuinely at this point and look at Elric. It is not often that you meet someone of noble blood that truly wants to enact change. So good to see.
It always is helpful.
But if you did want, he is available. He cuts in at this point. Yeah. And like, I'm just here to help the rebellion. So like, don't worry about like paying me or anything or the glory. Honestly, I do this when my family doesn't know what I'm doing back home. They just think I'm on like an extended hunting trip. So like, no worry for like any, you guys still get the money and the glory. I'm just doing this to help.
All right.
Oh, who's your family?
Oh, roll charisma.
Can I roll
to see if he wants to tell you?
Can I roll perception?
Yeah.
All right.
Does he wearing
perception
any colors?
For what? Well, no, perception. You mean history? To see if you can remember? Like, see, like, the name Elric. Where have I seen that?
I'm just like, I don't know. He just seems real excited. That makes me a little nervous. Like with Lark, it was one thing. Remember, I'm still not like fully. Don't fully trust this kid like entirely. I'm gonna do perception, then I'll roll history. I'll do perception first, though.
I got an 11 for charisma. Is he wearing any colors or anything to identify him?
No, he's just wearing very plain traveling clothes, and he's wearing just plain leather kind of armor.
Okay. All right. Well, I rolled an 11.
Okay. And then what did you roll for perception?
I rolled a 13 for perception, and then I'll do history. Roll for history. History, I got a lot better of a roll, so there's that.
What did you get?
For history, I got a 19.
Oh, shoot. Okay. So, Lark, you got a 13, right?
For oh, no, sorry.
No, Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Oh, 11, okay. He's a little hesitant. He's like, I'm not trying to go around and spread my family's business around. As you can see, I don't even wear my colors when I'm out doing this. And you're trying to roll perception to see if he's genuine, correct?
Roll perception, and then I rolled history after, yeah.
Awesome. 13 for perception.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you can tell, he's really genuine. He just seems to have a very excitable nature about him. Think like a Labrador puppy.
Okay, so like he's just excited. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and,
And from,
history's 19.
Yeah, from history,
Mm-hmm.
the name Elric rings a bell to you.
Mm-hmm.
From what you can remember, they're actually a family over on the other side of the river, on the same side as the capital, at the southern tip,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, the northern tip right above.
Yeah.
It's the Amestrin family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Amestrin.
Okay. All right, I see
And
a lot of keeps up that way, but not the one. They're not labeled for that. Okay.
no, I'm just trying to label them as we go. I don't want to reveal too much, but yes, the keep that you see at the northern top, that is their keep.
Oh, cool. So they're at least they know. No,
Major family, yeah.
Yeah, he's not like close to the Bremhilds, but he closest.
He's still noble. He would still know.
Okay. And since he's helping
Would
us,
he know? Would he know my family?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, maybe not show off the green there, kid.
Well, also remember,
Where?
Lark's been away from her family for many years at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
And unless she volunteers the information or if he tries to get it out of her, that's totally different. Plus, she's not even using her family name.
Yeah.
Lark is not her given name, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no.
Well, I didn't know
The only
that.
thing anyway is the green.
You're
Yeah.
okay, now you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you're able to tell what family he's from. What would you guys like to do?
I'm not gonna spread that around if he doesn't want it, but it's good to keep in a back pocket. I guess we don't have any more information to ask for them. I feel like I should rest. If you want to party with bird people, you're more than welcome to. But I feel like maybe I should rest.
I have to fix this.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys still have your bird homies downstairs if you want to hang out with them. Otherwise, they'll probably find you in the morning. You still have I'm bad at names.
Me too.
Edsel downstairs as well. He's also staying at the end, so you might catch him in the morning if you wanted to.
Okay. How about I talk to him real fast before I go to bed?
For sure.
Itzel. So be like, hey, we're gonna be heading out. I guess we should stake down a time that we're actually leaving town before we. Yeah. So before we walk back to our rooms or whatever, we should probably stake down a time we're actually leaving to go to this town. Do we need to get horses for you guys, or they're already ready to go? Do we have to go in a certain time?
Don't worry about me. I already got my horse. No worries there.
All right.
Just tell me what time. I'm a morning person though, and I always feel like it's better to start out in the morning. Are you a morning person, Odd?
I'm kind of a night owl, but I'm trying to recover. I'm trying to be better.
Have you always been a night owl?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Ooh. Do you have a concussion? Are you okay? No idea for personal. Reaches across and starts feeling your head.
Just like
he starts
over hat or under hat?
Under hat. He doesn't touch the hat. He's just going straight for forehead.
There's not a lot of forehead, so there's like an automatic like nope. Flinch.
Perfect.
Flinch out of the way. Like I'm good. I just a thing happened to me a while back, and I don't remember a whole lot. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to help you guys out. Is I'm trying to figure out where I started before we move on. But I don't know a lot about me, and that's okay. But we're working on it. That's what we're here for. I mean, I'm helping out because of selfless reasons as well. But anything I can do to get a little piece of myself, so I know who I am, it's always helpful. Yeah, it's just me and Hat. We're figuring it out, the two of us. I guess the three of us now because Lark's here.
He looks very uncertain when he looks at your hat, but just nods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hat, like the brim of it where the mouth is, kind of like moves slightly, like curls, and then just stops moving. Just
Great.
slightly. It's just like, it looks like it, because it looks like fabric, but it's got like a leathery texture, and it kind of just kind of curls in on itself and then lets go, kind of like a phantom limb. So,
Okay, very nice. Okay.
and then everyone's like uncomfortable.
Right. But you know, Elric is a morning person now.
Okay, so are we trying to leave as soon as possible? I'm assuming, because this is time is of the essence.
It's about a 2.5 day ride out there, and there's not going to be a lot of places to stop in the meantime.
Okay, so we should probably stock up before we go anywhere. So, how about we give it till the end of the night? We'll get everything that we need together if we can, or leave. We'll leave like midday tomorrow, and then get everything we need in the morning, and then leave. Just so we're
Midday sounds perfect, and I'd love to go shopping with you.
all right. We're going shopping. All right. I don't know how much money we have to splurge on this kind of thing, but we'll try to get a couple things so we can be prepared. Hopefully.
All right.
Lark, is there anything we need to do for you?
I'm just gonna work on this, and like I guess I go to the room.
Okay, you both have your own separate rooms. They're right down the hallway from Abdemi's. Lark, when you go down the hallway, they're right at the end of the hallway. Yours is on the left. Odds will be on the right. So right across from each other.
Yeah.
All right, so Lark's doing her thing. And what's Odd doing?
Banning somebody really quick. Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry.
You're good. No, I just got it.
Bam.
But
Oh.
yes. So I'm going to go talk to that monk that I was talking to earlier, briefly. I'll kind of give him the general skinny of what we're doing, like see if he wants to join in or not. Give him an option.
Okay.
If not, we're leaving. If you want to join us, we'll be leaving in the morning. If not, you're more than welcome to continue adventuring as you were. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you get back down to the tavern, it's still pretty busy as it was. The birds are still the word. They're still having fun down there. There's still a band playing. And Edsel doesn't seem to have moved much. He's still sitting at his table, and he has seems to be a new glass of mead.
All right. So I'll go over and talk to him again and be like, well, we found our friend, which is good. That's something.
Oh, really? I'm real happy that you found your friend.
Yeah.
Do you still need my assistance, possibly?
I mean, if that's up to you. We got a couple extra people now, which will help. But if you don't have plans, the offer's open.
Well, you did tell me people are going missing, so if people are going missing, I'd like to do my part to help, if possible.
Yeah. If I don't know how much adventuring, guts, glory, and gold is involved. I don't know if there's any. But there is some stuff going on, so we can always use some extra help if that's something that you'd like to do. I don't know how much that would appeal to you if you're primarily an adventurer, if that's your main source of income.
I wouldn't say it's my main source of income. Quite honestly, I'm just trying to go out there and help as many people as I can. Right. I know growing up I didn't get all the help I could, so now I can do that for others.
Admirable goal. All right. Well, we're leaving in the morning to at least collect things. I don't know how much longer we're going to be staying in town. I don't know how extended your stay is here, but we're probably going to be leaving in the morning. This is kind of slightly time sensitive.
Oh, I should have everything together, but if you don't mind, I'll probably join you guys after you do your shopping. I'm pretty stocked up for everything.
All right, sounds good. Do you have any places we can go since you're stocked up? Have you been in this town before? Do you know places we can go to pick up materials that we need for adventuring?
I'm not sure if you noticed, this whole town is kind of a merchant trap. So you can really walk out there and find just about anything that you need, and quite a handful of things that you don't need.
Yeah.
So I would just say go where the locals are. You're going to find the best deals there. Hackman's always an option. Just keep that in mind.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Thank you so much. I owe you
Hey,
a mead next
pleasant
time.
evening.
Yeah.
I'll never say no to a meat.
I'll go talk to Lark's bird friends, I guess. Briefly.
They seem like they're having a great all time over there.
Tie up a loose end. Might as well. So I'll go walk over to the birds, or the bird, one singular bird, and I'll go.
So they're having a raucous time. Jake's been drinking. He is laughing and just having a time with his friends.
Oh, I don't know if I want to bug him. It looks like he's having a good time. I don't think he remembers Lark right now because I don't know how deep in his cups he is. So I just wanted to ask them if they had any suggestions because they said that they're locals, right? When they were talking to Lark.
They did?
So I was gonna be like, hey, do you have any suggestions of local places we can go to pick up stuff? But I think they're pretty deep.
You can definitely talk to him.
We'll see how reliable they are with alcohol in them. So I'll just like, I'll walk up and I'll say hello, I guess.
Hello! Hello, I am Jake. It is very nice to meet you. What can I do? Who are you? Do I know you?
No, but I think you, I was told by a friend of mine that you had come by, she'd come by, smaller girl, lots of green,
Oh, Lark.
yeah.
Oh, I like Lark. Where is she? I was gonna show her the town.
Well, she went, back to her room to work on her doodads and gimmicks, but I was,
Gimmicks?
I don't know what you do. I don't understand it. I have 5 years of experience in life, but I'm 40. I don't know. So I was
Charlatan.
are you guys locals are you guys from around here? Do you
I am a local.
All right. I was told this is kind of a tourist trap, but I should go to places locals go to pick up some materials for adventuring. So I'm hoping for a suggestion from you guys.
He gasps, leaning towards you. Are you gonna be with Lark?
Yeah, we're gonna be traveling together very soon. We're going a little bit further to the east.
I'll go with you guys. I'll show you all the best spots. And I didn't tell her I own a business myself.
Oh, that's
So maybe I'll help you
exciting.
guys.
All right, what kind of business do you do?
So, things. He looks around back and forth. Shiny things.
Oh, Lark will like that. I've been she's on a hunt for a bracelet, so shiny things I think are right up her alley.
I have so many bracelets. I probably need to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
Fine, I can meet you for breakfast here, and then we can go.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to have a local guide. That'd be great. Just like I'll just like grab a little piece of paper and I'll like write a name and I'll put my name in there and Lark's name and I'll be like, in case you forget tomorrow, here you go. This is my name and Lark's name, and I don't know how deep in your cups you are, so I'll
He laughs and then looks at you very
breakfast.
seriously.
Meet for
Very
breakfast.
deep. Very deep.
Okay, you're good. I put both of our names and then meet for breakfast, going shopping. And I'll roll it up and like, here you go. Just a note for tomorrow, like a little remember all for next time. Hopefully you'll remember in the morning.
Oh, thanks. You're so nice.
I try to be a good guy. Yeah. So I'm gonna head to bed now. But it was a pleasure talking to you.
Have a nice sleep.
Just like yelling, and I'm just like walking away. I'm just like drinks all the rest of my mead because I'm tired. I've adulted for the evening, and so I'm going to my room, and I'm actually gonna finally take a long rest. I'm gonna have a hat keep an eye out though, just in case anything comes into my room or anything during the night.
Beautiful. And is there anything else either of you want to do with the evening?
After I fix the part that fell out of my gauntlet, I would like to kind of like I keep fiddling. I take out like some metal. I don't know, find a block of wood, like I carve things, and I make a tiny little tiny little model of Jake that like makes a little sound effect, like a rah sound effect.
I love that. Okay.
She makes a mini Jake. A mini Jake.
A mini Jake from State Farm.
A mini Jake from State Farm. He wears tiny khakis.
The
Tiny bird khakis.
Tiny bird khakis. Hashtag tiny bird khakis.
Important. Very important. Tiny bird khakis.
I'm going to write hashtag tiny bird khakis on a piece of paper. Because it's that important.
Did you know you can buy chicken
I hope
pants?
you draw it.
Oh, God. Tiny bird khakis.
Do you know those actually exist?
Tiny bird khakis?
Yes. So you can buy pants and stuff for your chickens and ducks.
Oh,
and
You can, so they don't poop everywhere.
Yep. And so you can get ones that look like jeans. You can get ones that look like overalls. You can get ones that have little arms attached. So it's like your bird's a little farmer.
Oh, Lord. All right. All right. I feel like going to bed. Yeah, I think we're done for the evening.
Beautiful. Well, in that case, both of you go to bed then. After you make your beautiful Jake, not from State Farm, Lark, and then Odd with your hat watching the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that ends our session for tonight.
Yep, that was an interesting time.
Well, I hope it was fun for both of you.
I mean, I had a great time.
That was fun.
That was a lot. That was an interesting time. I don't know how to feel about it, but yeah, it was a good time.
Beautiful.
A lot of interesting role playing bits. I'm sorry that the camera died before we were able to finish, but
Yeah, it happens.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you haven't caught episode 0, we do have it on our stream still, and we're probably gonna cut up some highlights and put it on our channel so you guys can see it. We're probably inevitably going to throw it up on YouTube because we do have a YouTube channel. I know, shocking. But we are Geek Girl Cult. We have all of our doobly-doos in the corners here. We've got our Twitter, our I can read it, Facebook, our Instagram, which we don't use a whole lot. It's mostly Twitter. If you want to get in contact with us. We also have an email. Miranda loves email. Miranda, would you like to talk about our email?
I would love to. So if you'd like to send us an email, we do this right now, which is obviously it's Dungeons & Dragons, it's role playing, but we also are currently doing a series where we take everyone through the writing process, you know, from brainstorming to publishing via fan fiction. And so if you have any fan fiction ideas, if you'd like to send us your work, you can send that there. If you'd like to send us your favorite role playing memory, please, we'd love to read them. If you just want to say hi, we would love that too. So you can reach us out. Yeah. Listen, all right. I have gotten no emails. I am very upset. I will read them on stream. I will read and respond to them as a story time.
I think that makes people not want to do it. No. I'm nervous.
We won't read it on
okay. Okay. If you listen, all right, if you specify you're cool with it, then I'll read it on stream. Okay. If you specify you don't want it, it'll stay between us, and I will probably respond to you because I
send us weird love confessions. That's what I want. Okay. Just tell us how much you're in love with one of our characters and be like, I've dreamt of your character every night. And as light fades, I think of my fading hope that this character will ever exist in my life where I might hold their hand. And that's how I deal with fictional characters.
Valid.
I mean, I hope no one's in love with our characters. Lark's a mess. But
when Lark comes out, maybe they'll be.
A lot of the NPCs are hot. Thank you very much. Imogene, God, she's hot. Abdemi, also hot.
All right.
Yeah. But so you can reach us at brunch.bunch2020@gmail.com. I repeat, brunch as in the meal, .bunch as in a group, 2020, the year that just ended, @gmail.com. We are Geek Girl Cult on Twitter. You can find us on Patreon as Geek Girl Cult. We honestly don't have anything exclusive on there yet, but if you'd like to support us monetarily, give us a donation. Subscribe to us if you enjoy our content. Follow us if you don't have the means. It's cool either way. We really like doing this.
Yeah. And we're actually able to raid today, so we're probably going to do that if that's all right with you guys. So
who are we raiding?
We have a friend of ours who followed us and we followed back. Is Faux Showtime, and they're playing Among Us right now. So
Oh, fun.
more sus things occurring. So if you guys want to stay for the raid, that would be great. If not, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, I have been Deborah. We have Miranda, and this
oh no, they're hot.
the memory of Morgan.
The ghost of Morgan's past.
The ghost of Morgan's past, yeah. So we want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and we hope you guys had a great time. We're gonna hopefully be putting out some more art and content for our longer campaign coming up soon. I'm working on some headshots.
Yes. And please follow us on Twitter. I have an ongoing saga where I'm trying to publicly embarrass us to some Avengers actors.
Of course. Well,
I love Miranda. She's doing a great job of it.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Anyways,
we're gonna move on. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to stay for the raid, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the raid right now. And thank you guys again. We'll see you soon. Thank you guys. Join us.
Bye.
All right, beginning raid in 8, 7, 6, 5.
So many seconds,
4,
honestly.
3, a 2, a 1. Raid now. We are raiding.
Okay, can they hear us?
I'm turning it off. Give me a second. There.